Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
And there's another one! It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscaroras! Needs a point, and it's alive! Hits and pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
Well, it's a beautiful but windy day for baseball at Ron Mottl Field in Parma Heights, Ohio. This is college baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Today's matchup sees the 4-5 Tri-C Triceratops welcome in NJCAA Region 12's finest, the Lansing Community College Stars at 12-10 on the season. Hello, friends. Nathan, Smee, and Ragazzo on the call for you this afternoon. Live from Parma Heights is Ron Mottl Field. A beautiful fixture, a beautiful day for baseball, and my goodness, it is a wind tunnel yet again.
Yeah, you could definitely say that. Was without power myself for almost 24 hours. Wasn't a fun time, but we have power. We have power here at Ron Mottl Field, and that's how we're live on air.
You might not even need power today at Ron Mottl Field to have a good day at the plate. From what we've seen so far with the wind blowing out to center field, any bit of decent contact, not even good contact, and this one might be over the fence. We saw it last weekend with Kellogg hitting 8 bombs here. What has to be the recipe for success today for Lansing, a team who, through 22 games, has 20 bombs of their own?
Yeah, I would say get the ball and play in the air. I mean, like you said, if you're hitting a couple of deep flyouts, they're probably going to venture over that left field and center field wall. Maybe not as much to right field, but if you're able to put the ball kind of towards the scoreboard over there, it's probably a pretty good idea.
Well, let's talk about the man on the mound today for Tri-C-Cam. It's the ace, goalie Keegan Gilbride, the sophomore and one of the best pitchers that Tri-C has had over the past couple of years. How does he navigate the win today?
Well, I think he's just got to play, his game. He's going to try and rack up those strikeouts, but he's got to try and play as a ground ball pitcher today. Everything that gets lifted up in the air is going to be really difficult for anybody on either team to try and catch, especially with the swirling wind around today. And obviously, if he can stay away from giving up the long ball, it's definitely a recipe for success today for Tri-C.
This will be his third outing of the year. Unfortunately, on the website, his stats for game number 2 that he pitched in have not been included. So we only have his stats for game number 1, but still a 13.5 K per 9 rate in that first outing. He is poised for a big day today, Cam, on the mound. But as you said, he might have to kind of gear away from the strikeouts if he has to be that guy today for Tri-C defensively, which, as we've seen so far for this Tri-C offense, so far on the campaign, averaging less than 6 runs per game as we are underway at 12 o'clock on the dot in Parma Heights. But this offense not as strong, at least so far, as it was last year. A lot of that in part to just the strong defense that we saw from Kellogg.
Yeah, I think that number's going to go up as they start to get into conference play coming up here. But, yeah, definitely some tougher opponents at the start of the season, but that's exactly what you want. You want to see, how battle-tested you're going to be.
And on the 1-1, Wiggins puts this one in left center field, and it is a leadoff single for the sophomore from Walled Lake Western High School.
Yeah, not a bad start to the day. Able to serve one up there into the left center gap, and you got a runner on first hit of the day, and now you're trying to make some magic on the base pass, maybe a little hit and run here and try and create a little action, a little havoc on Tri-C's defense.
Already 7 stolen bases on the year for Bryce Wiggins, so a key candidate to take off here. This Lansing offense, outside of the power, stealing bases has been their forte through 22 games. Gilbride's first pitch here, a strike into Parker Vaughn, 0-1 the count. And Vaughn, what a strong campaign for him. 4 home runs, batting .468.
Yeah, not bad.
I think if you combine both of our averages, just adding them up directly, and it would still be lower than that, even in our prime. The 0-1 tipped. That'll make it 0-2. But just so impressive to see that kind of potency, and I'm sure you look at some guys like Drew Denham at Mount Union, batting above 500 for as long as he did. Some other guys over at Baldwin Walls who have had some success at the plate. It's not easy to be hitting in the 400s, especially at the college level, in a competitive region such as Michigan and Ohio in the Great Lakes.
Yeah, really difficult to do.
Gilbride throws back to 1, not in time.
Sean Kalinich for BW was 9th in the nation the other day in on-base percentage through, I don't know, however many games.
I believe it. He was a strong force last year for the games that we did. A lot of that game, though, just strong power out to Mount Union's offense. But we're not going to talk about what happened in the OAC tournaments. The 0-2 runs up and in for ball 1.
I quite like that. I quite like what happened in the OAC tournament.
I'm not going to lie to you. The regional tournament at Mount Union, seeing Rowan just plate 20-plus runs in every game like it's nobody's business, that was fun baseball. Shout out Phil Sedalis, the MVP of that pod. Count remains at 0-2 on Vaughn. Gilbride's pitch. Poked foul off towards the Lansing dugouts.
Of course, in the first preseason poll of the year, Lansing sitting at 23. And the new poll that was released last Monday, unranked, not receiving votes. But a lot of that does come from their shaky start to the season, starting 6-10, but winners of their last 6 games.
Yeah, I mean, definitely back on the right track in the last 6 and trying to get 7 and 8 today and trying to take 2 from Tri-C.
And when it comes to the regional standings, this is going to be a big one. But I'm sure Lansing remembers that 19-run win last year, 23-4 over in Michigan. One that they will remember quite fondly against these Triceratops.
They're trying to do the exact same thing here today, and this time just in Ohio.
If they were to break our runs record this year, they would have to play 29, which is insane, through only a handful of games. Gilbride's 1-2, driven off towards the right side. This one is going to get into the outfield, and it is going to drop for a weak single. Just skied it, and the wind did the rest for Parker Vaughn.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much exactly like I said in the opening. If you're able to get the ball in the air, it's going to be a difficult task for anyone to catch, and it kind of falls in the Bermuda Triangle out there, I guess you could call it, and no one really able to get to, especially with the wind swirling around.
We saw it a little bit on Friday with KSU Tusk against OVCC. The wind, I would say, was worse. But now 2 on, nobody out for Kappa the catcher. A prime spot for the Stars to take an early lead. And they just have to play their cards right here. It doesn't even need to be complete power like we're used to seeing from this team. It just has to be, hey, we're going to play our smart brand of baseball, and we're going to take care of business. But Kappa so far on the other freshman batting .391. And beyond that has 2 home runs, but his calling card Cam helping out his teammates, driving in 23 of his fellow Stars.
He's got an opportunity to get a couple more here, too. Especially with 1 in scoring position, but if you're able to line one into the corner, could be getting 2 for himself.
And at this point, I think Kappa is forgetting about the RBI opportunity, and he will try to load up the bases here, a 3-0 count. It is Jack Caluzzi in the on-deck circle, 4 home runs and 19 RBIs on the year for him. He wants 23. And you know how to set it up. That's exactly how. And that's a tough one there for Keegan Gilbride. But right now, if you are Diddy Farrell behind the plate, I think you got to go and talk to Gilbride.
Yeah, especially back-to-back hits. The second one was probably a little bit tougher, and then 4 straight.
You got to find some kind of rhythm here defensively. And it doesn't necessarily mean getting all the outs in one place, which if they got that here, that's going to make the top 10 on SportsCenter.
Yeah.
But right now, it's getting the first out, and in specifics, the lead runner. But a first pitch strike, strong start.
I just think you need an out. I mean, yeah, it's the top of the first inning. You just need 1 out. Doesn't matter where. You get an out.
I mean, it's really fair. And both offenses, they can hit like it's nobody's business. A high pop of this one out of play. Count now 0-2. And now you're in a spot here with Gilbride. Usually 0-2, a throwaway pitch. You're going to try to get him to chase. You might have to play him a little bit more closer to home here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much all on Diddy. If he's able to get back there and, be a stonewall and allow Keegan to throw it in the dirt, then wouldn't be a bad time to do it.
I think outside is going to be your best bet today with the wind. Up, down, just too unpredictable. And instead, a challenging pitch fouled away. Maybe a little bit more aggressive than I would have liked to have seen. But the thing about Keegan Gilbride, no matter if he's pitching for Tri-C back in his days as a Blue Devil or even in the summer pitching for Cottrell over at the Lumber Company, he's a very aggressive pitcher. And that's why that K rate is so high for him. Gilbride again tries the 0-2, and it's a beautiful drive, but foul. Well, Cam, we talked about him wanting to get up to 23 RBIs. He's in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, that would have gotten it moved over a little bit to the right, but definitely some power behind that swing.
Jack Caluzzi trying to do plenty of damage here to get the game underway for the Stars with JT Youngblood in the on-deck circle batting in the 5 spot. Bases loaded, 0-2 count, top of the first, no one down. Gilbride's 0-2 again, misses up high for ball 1. We're going to talk about pitch count as this game goes on. An at-bat like this is really going to hurt Gilbride's chances of getting through 4 or 5 innings, potentially.
Yeah, it depends on how quickly, if he's able to work out of this.
The 1-2, again, foul. And you see why this team has a really solid batting average of 316, which, believe it or not, Cam, albeit in a larger sample size, is a lower average than Tri-C's. As a team, batting 329 on the year compared to 316. And at that point, you're just splitting hairs on the difference. Gilbride again getting ready to go for his 1-2. And it's another good drive, foul again. He is pulling everything down the left field line. Got to be careful out there. It's going to be Dreger out in left with Ross over in center. If you're Ross, depending on if this one goes in that gap, you got to be ready to go because I think if he straightens it out, this one's going towards that left center field gap.
Probably.
Just has to be ready for that chance. The 1-2 again, just going to miss, and we are even. But a good competitive spot from Keegan Gilbride. But again, Cam, outside of the wind, a beautiful day for baseball.
Oh, yeah. I mean, bright and 65 degrees. It's great.
The 2-2 in the dirt, and we are full. From 0-2 to full with plenty of powerful cuts. At worst, it's a quality at-bat.
Yeah.
Jack Haluzzi trying to open up the scoring here for the Lansing Community College Stars. Full count 3-2. Gilbride's payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Out number one. A beautiful pitch there from Keegan Gilbride. Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, and that's a big out number one. All of a sudden, you're one swing away and a double play away from getting out of this inning unscathed, but still a lot of work to do with the bases still loaded.
I was going to say, now all of a sudden your middle infield is back to double play depth. And that'll set up JT Youngblood, the second baseman. A 409 average on the year, 15 RBI, so another potent hitter for the Stars. And Gilbride, getting in rhythm, finds the outside corner. Sometimes all it takes is a couple of good pitches to settle back in. And that out, really a pivotal one, no matter how this inning ends up going. Youngblood tipping that one foul. Count quickly 0-2. And that's why Gilbride is such a dangerous pitcher. A lot of baseball is dealing with emotions. A strong state of mind.
Yeah, I mean, he let up the first three and then finally gets a strikeout after a tough battle. Now finds himself up 0-2 in the count, trying to get out number two.
And if he can get this one at the plate too, that would be huge for this defense. Instead, it's popped up, going towards left center field, and it will be caught for out number two over at short by Cohen Merritt. And the key thing, Cam, everybody stays put.
I think they called that an infield fly anyways, but yes, that is the key for Tri-C's, that everybody stays put, and all of a sudden, you need one more out, and you're out of this.
So now here comes Jace Davis, the freshman from Woodhaven High School, batting .375 on the year. And so far, the majority of these guys that we have talked about, well above that average of .316 for Lansing as a group. Gilbride again finding the zone. And you can hear the dugout from up here, Cam. They are a lot more lively than they were last week against Kellogg.
Yeah, I think definitely at some points they were a little bit more lively, probably when their offense was really going, but it's good to see them start early.
And that energy, it's everything for this Tri-C team, as that is a beautiful drive deep to left center field. And this one is going to get down in the gap, and the Lansing Community College Stars are going to bring around at least two, maybe a third, and they will bring in three. It is a 3 RBI double, advancement to third on the throw home for Jace Davis. That was a beautiful swing there.
Yeah, and we were talking about it earlier, you know, with the earlier player having a couple cracks at it into deep left field, but way foul. That one finds the gap perfectly and clears the bases and advances himself to third.
Jace Davis, his third double of the year and his 11th, 12th, and 13th RBIs. And I think, Cam, you're in agreement with me there. Double advancement.
Yes.
So 1-0 count here in the next at-bat. It is going to be Jaden Ford, the right fielder, but obviously a tough act to follow. The 1-0 going to miss off the plate for ball two. And if you're Tri-C, you saw how close you were to getting out of that inning. That is a true dagger. The focus has to be the next out. Down by 3, but an offense that is ready to go. The 2-0 in there for strike one. And looking at the next inning, it is going to be Merritt, Laner, and Hill, 1, 2, and 3 for the tops. Obviously some speed and, of course, some power in Nate Hill in the top 3, as you would expect for this group. Swing and a miss now, 2-2. And it is worth noting Jackson Bulls inactive today. The hope is that he'll be ready for conference play in a few days. But, of course, it's early on in the season. You don't want to risk a bigger injury, especially for a guy that means just so much to this team. 2-2, swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Gilbride gets punch out number 2 of the inning and shuts down the strong offense of the Stars, but not before a beautiful swing from Chase Davis into left center field puts 3 on the board. Middle of 1 in Parma Heights. It is Lansing up 3-zip on Tri-C.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Tri-C's Ron Mottl Field, bottom of 1 in Parma Heights. It is Lansing up 3-zip on the tops as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. All right, Cam, let's talk about the starting pitcher today for the Stars. Number 7, Griffin DeVoe, the redshirt freshman from Walled Lake Central High School. He's a two-way player for this group, batting .304 on the year. But we want to talk about his pitching stats. 2 appearances, including 1 start. This will be his 3rd appearance and 2nd game started of the season. 5.1 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. All of his runs, of course, then being earned. 2 walks, 3 Ks, and a 5.06 ERA. And as I told you before the game, Cam, Lansing likes to have a lot of pitchers. Did you remember the number that I told you that is pitched this year?
Did you say 23 or 25?
25 pitchers have pitched this year for Lansing in 22 games, and it will stay that way through 23 unless they add somebody else in here new, which really is not what you're used to seeing at the collegiate level. But you have so many strong arms that you have to try to find a spot for everybody, and a lot of redshirts. Usually JUCO, a 2-year thing. Up in Lansing, they won the NJCAA World Series just 3 years ago in 2023. They want to get back to the promised land this year. And that's how you do it. Plenty of pitching. DeVoe won a good drive from Merritt into center field, and that's one's down for a leadoff single.
So both teams start the top and bottom frames respectively the same exact way with leadoff singles.
I have a feeling that the hit column is going to be lit up today.
Yeah, I mean through half an inning and a little bit of change, I believe we can say that.
And now that'll bring up Joey Laner, the second baseman, as well. It's great to see that classic infield back from last year, especially up the middle. You have those guys at second and short. Such a dangerous group together. Laner hits this one over towards short, and it's going to be booted into left center. Merritt not looking back, cruising into third, and that'll put runners at the corner. Still nobody down. It'll be the game's first error.
Well, I mean, the hit column's going up, but the error column's going up as well. I mean, that was pretty much a patented double play ball and then kind of just booted right off the glove. But like you said, Joey Laner didn't even skip a beat. I mean, he at second was already motoring on his way to third.
The fear that I had after just saying how strong they are in the middle of the infield,
yeah,
and that ball getting put there.
Immediately a double play to their middle infield was kind of funny.
I'm doing the Carlo Jimenez challenge as he tried that against the Grizzlies, if you saw that. But put him at the corners here for Nate Hill in the bottom of the first. A strong hitter here. Only 2 home runs this year for Tri-C. If you look at the natural home runs, I believe he has the lone one of the season, and that would be true. Dreacher, he has the Little League home run. I think he wants another one, too. The 1-0 from Hill, fouled back. And in the on-deck circle is Diddy Farrell. But in the hole, it's the aforementioned Nash Dreacher. And we'll talk about his sheer speed in a few moments. But runners at the corners here, a prime spot for Tri-C to get at least 1 run back. Throw back to 1, not in time. But over at third base, I like what Cohen Merritt's doing. Immediately on the throw, gets a couple of steps down the line. We know his speed. If that ball is wide, he is taking home.
Yeah, or even make him think about it, if you try and play games with him at third, he might just be taken home.
1-1 count here on Nate Hill. Laner, he's going to break, and he is easily in there with the game's first stolen base. And as well, it is worth noting, Cam, we already have action in the bullpen. It's going to be a couple of bullpen games most likely here for Lansing.
Well, I mean, when you got 25 different starting pitchers, it feels like every game's a bullpen game.
I believe that's Mac Phillips, number 5, getting warm. So we'll see how much of a leash DeVote has. 2-1 up high for ball 3. And if you are Diddy Farrell, you're flashing back to last year, the couple of games with the win that knocked you down at the wall. You want redemption.
Yeah. Even if you're Nate Hilt here, you could tie this one up.
The Toledo transfer, plenty of power behind his swing. And instead he will take for ball 4, and the bases are loaded to begin back-to-back half innings.
They did him in somewhat similar ways. Started off, a walk here, a single to start off the inning, but
1 and 3 are the same. It's just a single versus an E6.
An E6, yeah, there we go. And then, the stolen base added on to it, but we all arrived the same way. We're still bases loaded.
It's like in school, which it's too true for us. You get the correct answer not using the teacher's method.
Oh, yeah. And then they ask you to show your work, and you're screwed.
And speaking of that, there's the game's first run for Tri-C. Diddy got hit.
He could show his work later. He's going to have a nice red spot on his arm.
That couldn't have been any worse time.
I thought it was pretty funny.
So here comes Nash Dreacher, but I think first a mound visit. Do you think we see already the call to the bullpen?
No, we won't see the call to the bullpen. I think he's trying to just go out there and calm his pitcher down. I'm really surprised, like you said, we didn't see the same from Diddy Farrell in the bottom half of the inning, especially with, 4 straight and all of a sudden bases are loaded in the top of the first. Not exactly what you want, but, Keegan Gilbride, we know the caliber of player he is. You talked about his mindset in kind of the top of the inning, but obviously he's a dog out there. But, when you have 25 pitchers and you only have 5.1 innings pitched on the season and already, through 22 games?
And just to take it a step further, take a guess. I think my number is accurate. The most amount of innings pitched for a single guy this year.
7.
Most innings, or rather appearances, is 6. Innings is 17. I don't hate it, though. I really don't. Because all of a sudden you have a 4-game stretch this weekend. Because keep in mind, Lansing played 2 games yesterday and so on against Austin C-Max and Bryan and Stratton. They won both of those games. Then you come here for another end of the OCCAC and another regional opponent. You have to have the pitching for it, and they clearly do. And Dreacher, a deep drive to left center field, still going back, and that one is good! It's a grand slam for Nash Dreacher! Little League the first time. This time, he joins the big leagues. My goodness!
That's one way to clear the bases. Tri-C's 3rd home run of the year. Nash takes home, for the time being, Tri-C's leading home run hitter. Albeit, like you said, the one Little League, and that one is true.
Ooh, God bless Canada.
Yeah.
6 Canadians on the roster, and that might be the cream of the crop. No offense to Jack Keevel or any of the other guys that we've had up here in the box, or even Cohen Merritt, but what a start. And Bortnick will foul that one back, but if you wanted offense today, Cam, you came to the right place.
Yeah, clearly we're not keeping them off the board here today. 8 runs in a half inning, technically.
They saw what Cole Morozek and KSU Tusk did on Friday and said, you know what, we can do the same thing. Bortnick takes that one, evening things up. And I think all of a sudden that Leishon DeVogt is pretty much gone.
Yeah.
I mean, who'd have thought after a bases-loaded start to begin the game that Tri-C would have the lead through 1?
Not even through the full first inning.
I mean, technically, are we even in the bottom of the first officially because we haven't had a third of an inning recorded?
I was going to say we still haven't had an out.
It's one of those weird nuances of baseball. Obviously, the frame says bottom 1.
Yes.
But if you look at the nerdy stats of it, not really.
Technically, yeah, there's no out recorded, so we're not even in a frame.
And now a 3-1 count here on Bortnick with Gallagher in the on-deck circle. Another powerful player here for the Tops. And obviously his game is off towards left field. He loves an Oppo Taco. But DeVogt trying to settle in here. 3-1 the count. Bortnick a weak chop over towards short. It's going to be a tough play to make. The throw to 1 is back and away. It's right towards the Tri-C dugout. The catcher is there. Throw to 2 is not in time. Nice backup from Kappa, but that'll put run number 6 in scoring position on the second E6 of the inning.
They called time anyways, and I think they were going to award him second base regardless.
And it looked like before that pitch, one of the coaches went to the bullpen to check on the pitcher. So now 2 errors this inning. A really rocky start here for Davis over at short.
Yeah.
It's crazy, though. He has the 3 RBI double. A tale of 2 innings. Or 2 half innings, for that matter.
Still not an out recorded here as well.
And here comes Vinny Gallagher with Braden Bortnick over at second base. First pitch well up and out for ball 1. Bortnick for Tri-C, hailing from Mentor High School. That towards the east side of Ohio. Go all the way out west for Vinny Gallagher with Oregon Clay. Our basketball team, a solid campaign, nearly making it to the actual regional tournament. Bowing out in the semis to Mansfield Senior, who ended up making it out of that pod, beating Lima Shawnee before eventually bowing out. Unfortunately not to Alliance, but to TCC yesterday at Toledo. But we'll talk more about Alliance here in a little bit, as that was such a great season for them. But a 2-0 count here on Gallagher. And he will sky this one off towards the left side. And it is going to get out of play. But for those just tuning in, back-to-back half innings, bases loaded to begin. 3 runs scored for Lansing, courtesy of Chase Davis's 3 RBI double. Tri-C got on the board with the bases loaded, courtesy of Farrell's hard 90. And a Nash Streeter, a grand slam over the left center field wall, makes it 5-3 where we stand right now. And a 3-1 count as well on Gallagher. Going back to Bortnick, he reached on an E6. The ball went out of play into the Tri-C dugout, awarding Bortnick second base, which he had either way.
Yeah, he was going to be there, and the throw wasn't there. We got something in the field of play. There was a baseball that was left out there, probably from some BP this morning.
Always a great sign when you get here around 10 a.m. Tri-C's out there taking some swings, and Lansing was as well. 3-1, Gallagher, a good drive deep to left center field. This one has a chance as well. And just like Dreger, it's gone over the left center field wall. 2 home runs this inning for Tri-C, doubling their season tally. Make it 7-3 Triceratops.
All without recording an out.
What did I tell you, Cam? Vinny Gallagher loves himself an Oppo Taco.
Yeah, I mean, you called it pretty much perfectly right there. Tri-C is really definitely playing into the win today, and that might be all she wrote. We might be getting a call to the bullpen here, and it looks like we're going to be.
DeVogt, 7 runs allowed for number 7, and he is going to step aside. Astonishing work from the Tri-C offense, already above their season average without an out recorded. As we step aside, it's a Tri-C party here in the middle of March. All Tops up by 4.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The call to the bullpen has been made by the Lansing Community College Stars. They are going to bring on Dean Rice, number 19, the freshman pitcher. This will be his third appearance of the year, but Cam, only an inning and a third pitched. He has allowed 3 runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a 20.25 ERA. But 7 runs so far from Tri-C's offense. Their average on the year is 5.7. And there is not an out on the board in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, unfortunately, their lineup doesn't get any easier, too. With coming on to Brock Miller as your first batter.
And then Jameer Ross, a breakout candidate this year for Tri-C. First pitch off the plate for ball 1. But Top's ball is back, and you can just feel the energy. It's different. And I think this inning is taking so much pressure off of Keegan Gilbride.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Would you say he is the biggest benefactor?
I think this whole team is a big benefactor, right? You start off the season a little bit rocky. You're coming in with the under 500 record today, trying to get even and break over top of it, and definitely a great start here in inning number 1.
The 1-1 hard hit ball foul down the left field line now. 1-2 on Brock Miller, the sophomore from Keystone High School.
But back to that point, I mean, you're Keegan, you go out there, you give up 3, you're able to work out of it, and then all of a sudden you see your offense come out and, like you said, beat their average run total by more than a whole run. It's a good feeling.
The 1-2 off the plate, bouncing in.
Oh, and by the way, they're still not an out.
And oh, by the way, there are 6 total hits, 3 for each team. The 2 errors, though, the big difference. I would not want to have to do the war math over at shortstop. He has all 3 runs for Lansing, but 2 errors. Here's the 2-2. It's going to miss, and we are full. But going to the next inning for the Stars, it is going to be Elisa, Norton, and Wiggins. 8, 9, and 1. And a combined 10 runs so far. Full count, 3-2 on Miller. And he will take ball 4. I don't know how he missed. Well, Cam, I'm going to tell you how he missed. He didn't. No, I don't think so.
That was probably about as close as you can get.
I know, Cam, this says college baseball, but I think we ripped this kind of a little bit further. I see football, I see a touchdown, I see a field goal, I see 3 timeouts on the board.
Yeah.
Don't see Mike Tomlin, I'll tell you that much. Or John Harbaugh. First pitch up high to Jameer Ross, and going back to last year, Cam, he was a familiar face up here in the box due to injury. Now he gets his chance on. This is the first time we're getting to see him really do his thing this spring, and I'm excited to see how he does.
He's got some sick cleats, too.
Love him. The orange and what kind of blue is that? Would it be coral?
Call it coral. I don't know.
It's not the Tri-C turquoise.
Yeah.
I still like the shoes.
Oh, yeah.
So peach and like sky blue, kind of? I don't know. That's above our pay grade, though.
Yeah, I'm not.
The color palette. Either way, great shoes from Jameer Ross. Here's the 2-0, and he will take for ball 3. And the on-deck circle, it is Cohen Merritt. For this Tri-C team, they needed a get-right game at the plate, and so far, Cam, they have a get-right third of an inning. Rice just trying to settle things down here. And Ross, that time, takes strike 1. And, of course, again, action in the bullpen.
Yeah, you're talking about this being a bullpen game. Number 27, I believe that's Caden Besco, the redshirt freshman as well, back in the pen, the right-hander.
And this could be a really big game, pitching-wise, for Lansing, depending on how many guys come in. Ross skies the 3-1. It's going to be on the infield, and it will be caught for out number 1. And that'll end a long-winded third of an inning. Nice job over at third by Elisa.
I mean, that's no easy play. I mean, it typically isn't an easy play, but it's even a worse play today because the wind is swirling around. I mean, you saw how much he caught that as it was tailing away from him just at the end, but still able to get some glove on it and squeeze it.
Well, how do you do? Again, Cohen Merritt. Back to the top of the order we go. He is 1 for 1 so far with a base knock to get things underway in the bottom of the inning a long while ago. And, of course, he still does have Brock Miller over at first base. And Miller is going to take off, and Miller has the stolen base. And a majestic slide, might I add.
A nice, delayed steal from Brock there. I mean, definitely did not go on the pitch. Kind of, I think, caught you off guard, caught the catcher off guard as well. And the middle infield was sleeping a little bit as well. And then, the only way you're going to get him there if you get a throw right on the money.
And just want to put this out there. It is 12:34, and we started directly at 12. So nearly 35 minutes into the first inning. And Merritt, a drive down the right field line, has a chance to get down, and it will in the corner. Merritt flying around the bases. He lost his helmet. Miller, he is coming around. The play at the plate is not in time. It is an RBI double for Cohen Merritt. Make it 8-3 Tri-C. And I think he kicked his helmet too. We'll watch it back on the replay. He definitely got a piece of it running around. But just a perfect drive, pinpoint precision, and there it is. He kicked it. So the hit parade continues. Number 7 combined of the inning, and run number 11 combined. Now 8-3. It's the Tops up by 5.
Yeah, they got a touchdown and the 2-point.
And here comes Joey Lehner, and he will take strike 1. And, of course, if you're Tri-C, you need the defense to lock in the top of the second inning. They will have all the momentum in the world, but at some point, does Keegan Gilbride get warm again? This inning has just gone on for that long. We had to see it on Friday with Caden Castillo of KSU Tusk. He had a warm-up just because, well, an 11 spot will do that.
Yeah, you're just sitting down for so long.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Joey Lehner. Roy's trying to find some peace. And this whole Lansing team just needs to find some kind of answer.
You got to find some outs.
And, of course, we talked about the wind. This is not just the wind. I think at least Gallagher's home run, if not Dreger's as well, would have been gone regardless.
Yeah. Here's
the 1-1. Low for ball 2. And, of course, at every single ballpark, we have a different angle. Here at Ron Mottl, we are directly behind the backstop, but at an elevated angle. Canotton Valley, we're either beyond the dugout or just behind it, so kind of an off-centered angle. At Crushers, we were on the third base side. It just depends on the ballpark, but every single swing is going to look different. And I'm sure you saw that over at Mount Union as you're on the first base side there.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing. For me, on Wednesday, I'll be right behind, all up against the fence at Fisher Field for some BW baseball.
You're kind of off-center to the left.
That is true, yes.
The 3-1. Off the plate for ball 4, and that'll put 2 on. I've done a couple of games over at Fisher Field. The issue of why we don't go there more in the summer, it's the internet there.
Yeah, that's true.
No offense to your institution.
Oh, none taken. Our Wi-Fi is bad.
If your Wi-Fi was good, I would be there all the time because it's a beautiful field over at Fisher. And so is it here as well.
The nice fishbowl. I love the fishbowl.
And we love the mod as well. But 2-on-1 down here for Nate Hill. And Hill, a hard hit ball towards the right side, foul. 0-1 the count. Officially 37 minutes into the first inning. And your 7-inning game kind of scheduled to go for about 2.5 hours. We'll see if that does hold true or not. I'm going to say no. Merritt getting plenty of lead over at second base. And Hill nearly hit, just avoids it.
Surprised he didn't go with that big of a lead. It feels like he's almost halfway to second base.
I'm surprised that we haven't seen Lansing throw back. We've seen one move towards first, and that's it.
No, he did step off a second time, but I think he's more focused on trying to get some strikes here than what a Cohen's trying to do at second.
The 1-1. Hale will take that one up high for ball 2.
Obviously, it's not a bad thing, but you definitely got to keep an eye on the run, especially with someone with the speed of Cohen.
And it's not just a simple throwback, because if you go to 2, Merritt is off and most likely in at 3. You have to play his game almost. And that's not a spot you want to be at as a pitcher. The 2-1 low for ball 3. And at this point, if you're Cohen Merritt, nothing crazy. Don't tell him that, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he's just trying to get in the pitcher's head, and I think he's doing a great job of it. You know, you're trying to keep an eye on him, and he keeps jumping around back there, and your middle infield's all kind of out of whack and trying to make you look back and see if you can't pick him off, and you're just trying to throw some strikes.
Here comes the 3-1. Hill fouls it off, and we are full. In the on-deck circle, after Hill will go to Diddy Farrell. Crazy to think that we're just flying through the order. Hill is the 12th batter of the inning. And Diddy, he will be 13. Throwback to 1, not in time. Kind of surprised they went back to 1.
I think you're just trying to catch him off guard, but we can't do it that time. All heads up baseball over there.
Full count on Nate Hill. Plenty of power in his swing. Merritt just dancing around before the payoff pitch, and we will see it again as that one is fouled back.
Surprised Cole didn't go. That time he was halfway to second base.
At some point, he is going to have to go. Otherwise, it is just going to be a simple throwback to 2, and from there, who knows?
Yeah. Honestly, if they try and throw it by 2, just break the third.
He definitely is. That is on his mind, and I'm sure if you coach Kaplik, that is part of your instruction. Merritt, he is so far gone. The payoff pitch again fouled away. And honestly, if you are Hill, if you can put this one up the middle, you're in a good spot because the middle infield preoccupied by Coe.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to, I know from experience, especially when you're playing at second and you're trying to keep them there, and then all of a sudden you're running back to your spot and they shoot one up the middle. It's just really demoralizing.
Again, the payoff pitch, swing and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Lansing, 2 down. And that is a pivotal strikeout for this pitching staff. They needed to find something to settle it down a little bit.
Yeah, all of a sudden you find yourself 1 out from finally getting out of this very long first inning, and you really need to right here.
And again, the time count, 41 minutes in. It has been a really, really long first inning all the way around. Farrell pops his one foul, 0-1 the count. And as we expected, Keegan Gilbride is getting warm again in the bullpen for Tri-C. He had to, just given how long of a break he had.
Yeah.
And once again, pitcher number 3 most likely getting warm in the pen right now for the Stars. I assume we will see him at some point in the second. Farrell checks but goes. I think either way that one was going to be in there. Quickly 0-2 on Farrell. Again, he is the 13th batter of the bottom of the first inning. That is absolutely unheard of at the collegiate level. Here's the 0-2, taken off the plate for ball 1. And to your point, when is Cohen Merritt actually going to go?
Or is he? Obviously, we know how quick he is, but it just feels like he's just waiting out there.
I think you go here. He doesn't. The 1-2 is off the plate again.
I mean, he's one looking every time, too.
Plenty of cardio over there. And I think for a guy with that kind of speed, this is just practice. And he's been great so far. A single and an RBI double. 2 for 2 so far, and a triple and a homer away from the cycle. To a high chopper over towards third. It's throwing to left field, and that is going to score Cohen Merritt. It's an RBI single for Diddy Farrell. Make it 9-3 Tri-C.
I mean, not how you draw it up, but hey, if it works, it works. Get a nice high chop off the turf and right over to the third baseman's head.
And now it's time for the return of the Nash. Of course, Dreger, a solid day so far. Nothing crazy. Under 50% of Tri-C's runs in the first inning.
Just under.
He wants to get back above that. Of course, 1 for 1 today with that grand slam. First pitch there for strike one. Last time he did see Devote. This time it's Dean Rice, so that could be a different approach. At this point, you just want to clear the bases. 11-3, you're in a great spot. Runners are going on the 0-1. They will throw down to second base. It's into center field. Wide left it goes. That'll be a 10 spot for Tri-C. Just miscommunication up the middle.
Yeah, I think the catcher knew he was thrown down to second, except no one in the middle infield knew. And by the time the second base was able to get over there, I mean, it was just too late. I think you're a little dumbfounded why he didn't throw to third.
That, and why are we throwing away from the runner side?
Yeah, that is true.
As a catcher, you gotta get it on that side, even one hop it in. Now 10-3. Believe it or not, a kill shot from Tri-C. Dreger, a high hopper over towards second. The play is made. The inning is over, and Tri-C will take a 10-3 lead into the second inning. It still doesn't sound real. I mean, Cam, where is your head at?
Kill shots are basketball. What are you talking about? But no, and it's a 0 on the scoreboard because they can't go double digits.
We've broken the game of baseball. Through one in Parma Heights. Tri-C's offense is back, up 10-3 on the Lansing Community College Stars.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Cam, we could say top of the second inning or beginning of the second quarter. I don't know which one's more fitting. 10-3 your score through one inning, a 45-minute frame. What did we just watch?
I don't even know.
Nash Dreger, a grand slam, a 2-run shot, of course, from Vinny Gallagher. Both offenses are looking great so far. The defense taking a little spring break.
I guess so.
But back to the action we go. It is going to be 8-9-1 for Lansing. And they're in desperate need of a pick-me-up to begin the top of the second inning. But what a start for the Tri-C offense. And first pitch from Gilbride is in there for strike one. It is A.J. Elisa, the sophomore from DeWitt High School, stepping in. A .353 average on the year and 6 RBIs. Again, you look at a very powerful offense in Lansing. The 0-1, we chop, and we have an 0-2 count. And if you're Gilbride, you just sat for all that time. You want a quick start to the inning. And as well, if you're Tri-C as a team, going back to last year's 23-4 loss, this is retribution. You want redemption and revenge for that result in Michigan. Gilbride's 0-2, just off the plate for ball one. And I think if you are goalie, you're going to pitch a little bit more freely here.
Yeah, I think so. You're trying to get back into it after, sitting for so long, but doing your best.
The 1-2 fouled away, and we will do it again. Looking at this Tri-C defense, Gilbride on the mound, Farrell behind the dish. It's Gallagher over at first, Lehner at second, Merritt at short, Portnick over at third. From left to right in the outfield, it is Streeger, Ross, and Hill. And that is the defensive setup today for Tri-C. Gilbride's 1-2, popped up again and out of play. And it is worth noting, I'm sure you have seen it at home, Tri-C, the home team, wearing black. Lansing, the road team, wearing black. Interesting to see that same jersey combination. The only difference, white paints for Lansing, gray for Tri-C. Gilbride's 1-2 in the dirt, and we are even. If this does at some point become a true bullpen game, Lansing would take the advantage back. Of course, you do have somebody in mind to start game number 2, but Gilbride, if he continues to have at-bats like this, he is going to have a shorter day than expected. Here's the 2-2, and it's up high. We are full. Not the first time from 0-2 to full. And that is going to be a very difficult thing. So 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Gilbride trying to find out number 1 at the plate. The payoff pitch. A hard chopper over towards second. Gallagher picks it up. Covering is Gilbride. 1 down. An excellent job by Gully getting off the mound and covering for Gallagher.
Yeah, great PFP right there. It's exactly what they practice in practice and putting it out on the field too.
1 up, 1 down, and that'll bring up Jake Norton, the left fielder. Norton, a freshman, batting .200 on the year with 3 doubles, 5 RBIs, but his calling card, his base running. 8 stolen bags so far. In other words, if he gets on, that is when he becomes the most dangerous guy in the lineup. First pitch there from Gilbride, 0-1 the count. And again, even going back to this past summer with Keegan Gilbride, he had that excellent pitcher's duel against Ty Dennison of the Stark County Terriers in the NABF World Series Championship game at Munson. That was a great back-and-forth game, just a low-scoring affair in the end. The 0-1 driven into left field and down for a 1-out base knock. The 4th hit of the day for the visitors. And as we just talked about moments ago, he is on the base path, Cam. This is when he becomes his most dangerous.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you turn it back over to the start of your lineup. Definitely a good sign to see if you're a fan of the Stars.
Back to Wiggins we go at the top.
That was Keegan's 42nd pitch already.
In the 2nd inning. What do you cap him at? I know Bryce's number's 90. Do you have one that differs?
I would say probably around there. Maybe when it starts to get out of hand, if he starts, giving up a lot of runs, especially with the run production that we've seen from both teams today.
I know the run rule is 10 after 5. I think 8 after 6 as well is part of it. I could be mistaken. Obviously, there's so many different rules depending on your level. But if Tri-C can get that run rule, that could eventually mean that Gilbride does get a complete game. But that also assumes the offense continues to be dangerous. We saw it in the Kellogg series. It happened to just kind of be microcosms, flashes in the pan. One really strong inning, and then back to the mean.
Except they never put up 10 in the first, or in any inning for that matter.
I don't think they had 10 in any game at all. The 1-0 there, now 1-1 the counts. So uncharted territory for Tri-C, trying to get back to 500 here. And if they get the sweep, get over 500. And they have lost their last 3, so you have a team that has won their last 6 and a team that has lost their last 3. Throwback to 1 not in time. And still, in different parts of the season, game number 23 and 24 today for Lansing. 10 and 11 for the Triceratops.
And right now, they're looking like completely different teams on the field. I mean, one team has got the 2 errors and only 3 runs, and Tri-C's got 1 more hit and 7 more runs.
Just some slight discrepancies. A good drive into left center field. Down again in the gap. It's back-to-back base knocks. Norton, he is going to go to third, and he is in there. And going into second base, it is Wiggins. So 2 runners in scoring position now for the Stars. A nice piece of hitting, and I think just kind of based on how that one went, you could even rule it a double if you wanted to. It's a tough one.
Technically.
I'm going to say single. But still, that is just the speed that you have. 8 stolen bases in the one, 7 in the other. You have a combined 15 stolen bases on the base path at that time. The relay inch is not quick enough.
Yeah.
And that'll bring up Parker Vaughn. He singled his first time up. And a chance to bring this game a little bit closer for the Stars. And he will fly this one into shallow right field. Has a chance to get down in foul territory. It's going to be caught there. The relay home on the one hop would have been in plenty of time. He made the right choice staying in.
Yeah.
2 down now.
That was a dart coming in from right field.
And here comes Caden Kappa, the catcher. And if you are Kappa, this is a time that you have to really assert your dominance as a freshman and provide a spark for this offense. Get 2 on the board here. You're back within 5. Your defense takes care of business. You're back to the sticks, revitalized, and ready to go in the 3rd. But it has to start here. Gilbride's first missing high for ball 1. And I think either way, after this series, just like Kellogg, if these 2 teams see each other again in the playoffs, I would not be surprised. I think Tri-C will play 2 of the 4 teams that host in round 1, and if they play the way they did in the regular season last year, they'll be hosting as well. High chopper over towards short. Merritt to save the inning. It's Gallagher. He picks it, and they said he came off the bag. It is an RBI infield single for Caden Kappa. That'll make it 10-4. And that is a big play, but still Merritt very close on the attempt. Nothing gets past Gallagher. That was an impressive play. I think, Cam, you thought he stayed on.
I thought he did.
I thought at least he reestablished. I think he came off and then came back on. That's just a really tough play all the way around. At least 1 run will score this inning for Lansing, and that'll bring up Calusi. He struck out his first time up. But one of the best hitters on this team. This time he skies it on the infield. Over towards 3rd, Bortnick and Merritt convening. And Merritt calls him off, and that'll do it for the inning. A nice bit of communication between Bortnick and Co. on the left side of the infield, keeping the damage 2-1. Believe it or not, Cam, Lansing, they have more hits than Tri-C, but still they trail 10-4. Going back to that play, what did you see from Gallagher?
I thought he, like you said, I kind of thought he came off, got the nice pick, and then reestablished in time, but still going to go down as a run. I think that was great communication, like you said, though. I mean, first off, you got Key. You got to get out of the way. I understand pitchers are athletes, but you almost never want your pitcher fielding a pop-up like that on the infield. And then, obviously, you know, the captain of the infield, the shortstop, being able to come over and take charge and able to get out of the inning. It's a good thing to see.
The call to the bullpen has been made. Tri-C's offense up by 6, trying to pump it up when we return. 10-4 your score at the Mott.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Once again, time for the call to the bullpen for Lansing in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Here comes number 27, Caden Besco. Cam, 3rd pitcher. What are your thoughts on that? And once again, this is a bullpen team, but you have your limits.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a weird thing to see as we start the second inning, but if that's kind of how they played, that's kind of just going to be what it is.
This is his 4th appearance of the year, 3rd game started, 0-2 so far on the year, and 6 innings pitched. Swing and a miss from Bortnick, now 1-1 the count, but looking at his stats, 10 runs allowed, 9 of which are earned, 4 walks, 6 Ks, and a 13.50 ERA. A chance to bring it down here. The 1-1, swing and a miss, getting Bortnick to chase. Count quickly 1-2. If Lansing can get Tri-C in order, or at least quickly this inning, momentum starting to kind of fall back to Lansing. Bortnick, though, up the middle, gets it through. It's a leadoff base knock for Braden Bortnick. He has been such a big addition to this Tri-C offense so far this season.
Absolutely. I mean, right past the glove of the pitcher and then past the dive and almost underneath him. Although not a good sign over at first base as Bortnick's kind of walking it out.
Had a .375 average entering the weekend a week ago. The Tri-C stats only updated through 1 game at that point. He will stay in the game. Of course, on that side is where Jackson Bowles got hurt last Saturday against Kellogg. Once again, he is okay. Out today, but more of a precaution as he is expected to come back in the next couple of days for some conference games. Of course, the OCCAC is Tri-C's ticket to A, the playoffs, and B, to hosting. And it's a free pass for Bortnick, and I think he might want to get onto third. In the end, he will stay put. But, Cam, that's the best sign of things for Tri-C, at least with Bortnick's health. If he's taking off like that and thinking 3, he's fine.
Yeah.
That'll put a runner at scoring position here for Vinny Gallagher, who last time up, a 2-run homer. One of 2 home runs today for the Tri-C offense, doubling their season tally in just an inning. That time off the plate for ball 2, and at least right now, Kappa having a hard time reading it out of the hand. I can kind of just see the way he's swatting at it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if swatting is the right word. I think he's just kind of framing outward, which could cost his pitcher a couple of strikes. The 2-0. That time sticks it perfectly for strike 1. But I think you saw what I was talking about there, Cam. Kind of an awkward motion going out.
Yeah, it's almost like reverse framing. It's like you're trying not to give your pitcher strikes.
You have to have an inward motion no matter what. Even if it's out wide, that's where you kind of swivel your hips, push it in, and sometimes you get that call. Gallagher pops this one up, and it's out of play. But I know, Cam, that was something that we were taught over at Holy Name on those outside pitches. Whenever we called something outside, you had to kind of pivot. Say that you're going up against a righty, that right hip has to kind of be running through the edge of the plate almost to kind of seal off the edge. Kind of like a hinge block in football. The 2-2, fouled away. In the on-deck circle after Gallagher, it will turn to Brock Miller. And it looks like, at least for now, there is going to be some preliminary movement in the bullpen for Tri-C, which I don't hate that move. Just depending on how this game continues to play out. The 2-2 for Gallagher, he takes, and we are full.
Especially with Key coming in and, sitting for quite a while and then coming back out, and hopefully you're expecting another big inning from your offense, and if you're going to make him sit again, and albeit not a bad thing, but just not great for the health of the arm.
Payoff pitch to Gallagher, and he will tip it foul. If that was a clean swing and a miss, he would have easily been at first.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you look at the bullpen, Mueller or Poland would be a good option here. A true bullpen piece that it's just tough to put him in the 3rd inning. I think if Gilbride can get you 1 or 2 more, say you're playing for 5, then you bring in one of those 2 guys to close it out. Payoff pitch. That time fouled away on Bortnick. He wanted a little bit too. Could also go with an Obi or even a David Moore. And I think game 2, could we see Ethan Elbert on the mound again like we saw for game 1 last week?
We definitely could.
And now we're hearing it's going to be Torok for game 2, which also a great option. Had a good outing last time we saw him. Payoff pitch again, a good drive to the right side and through into right field. Gallagher with the base knock, 2 for 2 on the day. Bortnick, he is gunning for home, and he is in there. It's an RBI single for Vinny Gallagher, his 3rd ribby of the day, and that'll make it 11-4 Tri-C.
I think when Bortnick hit third, I didn't know if he was going to go home. He kind of took a sharp angle in there and had to quickly move his way around third, but able to do it in the time being.
So here comes Brock Miller, another guy who wants to get the home run parade going this season.
Possibly some more action in the bullpen is Ryan Rumble, the freshman, up in the Stars bullpen.
We'll see how long it takes them to make another move. That would be their fourth pitcher of not even 2 innings. But again, this is a bullpen team. You're not going to talk about this group in the same light of a, say, Tri-C. And I mean, even in OVCC's case yesterday, they threw the same arms they threw on Friday, believe it or not. And for those who watched that 28-6 demolition by KSU Tusk, believe it or not, 12-7 in Game 1, KSU Tusk got the win. 15-10, OVCC turned it around. They got the win in game number 2 of the day. And that's a new program, and all credit in the world to them and what they're building. The 2-0 up and in for ball 3. And I assume at some point, I don't know if it's official, but I think at least for basketball, you will see them in the OCCAC. I'd be shocked if you didn't. Just given the region, they're going to play maybe D2 JUCO, maybe D3. Either way, they'll be in the conference. The 3-0, it is wide for ball 4, and that'll be the second walk of the day for Brock Miller, and that'll set up Jameer Ross 0 for 1 on the day, but hungry to get his bat going as so far this year, batting .500. 3 triples and a double. We know the speed he has, and we know just how he plays. But again, another strong start to the inning for Tri-C's offense. The question is, how much longer can they keep it going before Lansing catches on? But with 2 on, a prime spot to bring in number 12. Instead, he will bunt. He will get it down. A strong one down the third base line. Throw to 1 is low, but in time for out number 1. But an effective out there for Jameer Ross.
Yeah, you're able to move the runners both now into scoring position, and all of a sudden you flip it back over to the top of the order yet again.
Cohen Merritt so far today, a single and a double with an RBI. I'm no pattern man here, Cam, but I think history would suggest a triple.
Some would say. Maybe he wants to skip ahead right to the homer. Save the triple for next inning. Or later this inning when he gets back up, apparently.
Definitely a chance for him to go for the cycle today if he can play his cards right. He's going for it. 0 on the count, but that time just couldn't connect.
I mean, already his third plate appearance in 2 1/3 innings. No, not even. Sorry.
An inning and a third.
Yes, that's what I meant.
And as well, the time is 1:05, so over an hour in, not even 2 innings down. Swing and a miss again, pulling off. So far, that's at bat. Besko is just painting that outside corner. And if you're Merritt, you have to kind of step into that one. Now, if you're Besko, you play this one smart and you run it up and in. Now, time called here. Coach Kaplan, he wants a word with the umpire. Could it be a conversation about something along the lines of interference? Because unless you're making a change, it's a clear-cut strike.
I wonder if he's asking about a balk. If he's not coming set or something.
And now they're, I think, going to talk about it, which, of course, if there were to be a balk, the pitch wouldn't count. It'd go back to 0-1, and it would be 12-4. And I think that is just simply him saying, hey, look out for it. If he does it again, let's see the call.
Yeah.
And I think now on our end, Cam, we're going to be really just getting a closer look at Besko to see what he does. So an 0-2 count on Cohen Merritt. 1 down in the bottom of the second inning. Tri-C up 11-4. Besko sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. He gets Merritt on 3 straight pitches. 2 down. That'll be Besko's first strikeout of the day. Second for the pitching staff of Lansing. And here comes Joey Lehner. I think that time Merritt just got too antsy trying to find his pitch, which when you're going for the cycle, you have to keep that in the back of your mind, but also you have to kind of ignore it. It's one of those twofold things. You have to do polar opposites. You have to think about it, but don't. And so far today for Joey Lehner, he has reached on an error, and he has walked. So for him, this becomes a game of how many creative ways can you reach safely. He's found 2, and obviously a single would be the third. That time it's in the dirts. And I think it caught Kappa kind of off the hop in a weird way on the fingers.
I think there's 7 ways to reach base safely or something like that. I know it's a lot.
Do we count them between innings?
I think that'd be a good task.
We'll try to figure that out. I'm sure there is. Think about it. Here's the 2-0, and he will take up high for ball 3. Does that count different types of hits?
No. A hit is 1.
Okay. Good to know. Best goes 3-0. Swing and a miss. He chased up high. Do you think he had the green light there?
I mean, maybe. Maybe he saw a pitch he really wanted to hit and tried to go after it.
And you saw moments ago that wind. It is whipping out in left center. That time he takes for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And that'll set up Nate Hill. Once again, he had the only true home run of the season before today. The other one from Dreger was a Little League knock, which of course he did make amends for later on, as he had that beautiful grand slam. But 11-4, Tri-C's offense in a great spot. And crazily enough, just like on Friday, so far through, not even through, but in 4 half innings, each frame has seen at least 1 run. Hill, a beautiful drive to right, but right on a line. There is out number 3, and the side is retired. Great contact from Hill, but right to the defense. 11-4 your score through 2. It is Tri-C on top, and as promised, Cam, it's time. Let's try to count this out. How many ways can you reach?
Walk, hit by pitch, catcher's interference, error, hit. That's
Fielder's
5.
choice.
Yes.
Drop third.
Yes.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
You can't reach on an infield fly.
That'd just be an error. If it's an infield fly, they're out. The batter's out. And runners can advance at their own risk. I think it's 7. Yeah.
I think we got it. Impressive work. And we have seen the call to the bullpen. And as our new pitcher warms up, we will step aside. It's Mueller on the mound when we return.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Time now for the call to the bullpen for Tri-C. It will be Spencer Mueller, the sophomore from Midview High School, coming on here. Cam, your thoughts on the decision to pull Gilbride through 2?
You know, it's definitely an interesting thing, but we were kind of talking about it during the break. If you really need him later in game 2, you could be able to see him come in if Tri-C really needs in a tough spot and they need another arm.
And you look at his first outing of the year, perfect. He did allow a run on Saturday, but Mueller, the former SWC Player of the Year during his senior year in 2024, he is a great local prospect, and I think really the definition of what Tri-C has tried to recruit over the past couple of seasons. And even you go back to a guy who was committed for a time but ended up not coming here in Hayden Blosser. He was on Ohio State's staff once upon a time.
Yeah, definitely a big thing there.
And you and I actually were here when he was on his official visit.
That is true.
I believe that was the Cloverleaf playoff game here for Holy Name. But Mueller's first pitch, it is going to miss low for ball 1. This inning for Lansing, it is going to be Youngblood, Davis, and Ford, 5, 6, and 7. So the heart of the order again here for the Stars. Beautiful breaking ball that time, missing. Count out 2-0, and that one looked really good from Spencer Mueller.
Yeah, I don't really know where that missed.
If it did. Which obviously the umpire did have something to say about it. The 2-0 again missing. He has danced around the strike zone pretty much with pinpoint precision if you know where not to throw. I mean, I think he has established the barriers quite well. But a 3-0 count on Youngblood so far, 0 for 1 today. And he will miss again. 4 straight balls to begin the day for Mueller, and the leadoff man is aboard for Lansing. Are we just going to see a tighter zone as this game goes on?
Maybe.
And again, looking at the time cam, it is 1:14, and we are just into the 3rd inning. And Tri-C is not in a spot right now for the run rule. Just to keep that in mind, as of course I think, based on the first inning in the back of our mind, okay, we're playing 5. But Lansing, they're far from out of this game, and once again, only down by 1 in the hit column. Now 1-1 count as Mueller finds the strike zone. But I feel like we've seen that pitch pretty much to a T before. It is a tough start for him, but once you establish that zone, it gets a lot easier. Throw back to 1, not going to be in time, but still a good move from Spencer. Count says 1 ball, 1 strike on Jace Davis, the shortstop. 3 RBIs his last time up, and Mueller, he will not get the pickoff. Wow! How didn't he get him?
That's insane.
Plain and simple, he's been robbed so far. I thought that was on the money. Got him kind of leaning. I'm surprised. Throw back again, not in time. But credit to Youngblood for getting back there. Somehow. Count remains 1 ball, 1 strike, and if you're Mueller, you got to attack the plate here, which he will. And he misses the outer edge. I mean, an astonishing start because he is living right around the zone. And if I'm Lansing, they're doing the right thing. Just don't swing. You're at a point where he's being competitive, but they're not going to be strikes. And that time it's a high pop-up going towards center field. Called off and caught for out number 1. As I think finally Dreger has moved into center field. To start the game, it was Ross in center, and they flipped. And I know on the lineup card that we were given, Cam, it was the way it is now. An interesting start, but still you have 2 of your fastest guys. Would you say your 2 fastest guys out there in left and center, or do you put Merritt in there before Ross? Because I think Dreger's number 1.
Yeah, I think we were told that Dreger's far and away one. I don't know. It'd be close.
We were told that last year from Coach Stahlberg even, that, hey, there is a faster kid than Co coming in. And obviously it turned out to be Nash Dreger. And plenty of power, too. But a 1-0 count here on Jaden for the right fielder. Again, throwback to 1, not in time. And you and I both know, Cam, the wind's supposed to get progressively worse as the day goes on. Oh, nice, a spider in the press box. And the spider is no longer in the press box.
I don't know where it went, but
Smee with a swing and a drive.
okay.
We'll take it. Count now 2-0, and I really hope it's not in my notebook. Mueller up and out. 3-0 the count. And in the on-deck circle, it is Elisa, the third baseman. He grounded out to Gallagher his first time up over at first. But Lansing starting to put things together a little bit here with their patience. Mueller again throwing back to 1. Close but not in time. Obviously, we have our cameras up here in the box today, but if we would have had Bryce down there, I'm sure we would have gotten a pretty candid answer as to if he got him or not over at first. 3-0 is off the plate again for ball 4. Another 4-pitch walk to begin the day for Mueller. And time is quickly called here by Coach Karen as he wants to go and talk to his pitcher, which, of course, is the right call.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you look at him, Cam, as a part of the quote-unquote old regime. It's great to still see him here. And you go back to Coach Kaplik's first interaction with his Tri-C team. He was no stranger to this group when he came in as the interim coach this past fall. You go back to the 23-24 season, he was at that time the hitting coach. And, of course, had a long and successful stint over at Medina, developing a lot of great prospects. And as well, his son just finished up his time over at Medina, now a wrestler over at an OAC school. Cam, do you know which OAC school that Nick Kaplik is at? They're known for wrestling.
Ohio Northern.
Yes.
There you go.
See?
Even though they're known for wrestling, BW wrestler Andrew Supers came in second yesterday at the D3 NCAA championship.
Good on him.
We had 4 All-American wrestlers.
We have a really good women's wrestler at Mount Union.
I did see that, yes.
She was great at Alliance, too. And we got to see her wrestle over at Top Gun, too, which, insane. That program's heading in the right direction, of course, which is great to see for the sport in general. But back to the action here after the mound visit. 2 on, 1 down, and Mueller finds the outer edge. I don't think he's changed anything about his approach. It's just getting called.
Yeah.
That's a tough one for Mueller, who has been pretty accurate this season. I mean, a 15 K per 9 rate in his first appearance. That time misses a little up and in. And I feel like today that is maybe his first or second really true ball.
Mm-hmm. That really uncompetitive.
Competitive for the helmet.
Okay.
The 1-1 breaks in beautifully. He's back in business. That breaking ball is his best pitch. That's been his most accurate pitch of the day, and I think he goes back to it here on the 1-2. Bottom left. Well, what do you know? He went right there. Over towards second. They get the out at 2. Back to 1. In time. And the side is retired. A beautiful 4-6-3 double play ends the inning for Tri-C's defense. And we will watch that one back. And it is the first 0 of the day for either side in the half inning. What a job by Spencer Mueller settling things down.
Yeah, I mean, right after, the pitching coach comes out and talks to you, you get settled down and you get a patented double play ball and able to get out of the inning. And technically the first 0 in a half inning, albeit Tri-C technically on the scoreboard in the bottom of first does have a 0, even though they scored 10 runs.
But back to the sticks, Tri-C goes, middle of 3 in Parma. It is the Triceratops, 11-4 on Lansing.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Tri-C's Ron Mottl Field, bottom of the 3rd inning. It is the Tops up 11-4 here on Lansing, and a good first pitch strike on the outer edge for Hayden Besco. He is, at least so far, the longest tenured pitcher on this staff that has been in the game today, as he has made his way through an entire half inning and is back for some more. And I think right now, if you're Lansing, you do have some guys just kind of stretching in the bullpen. You're going to ride him out as long as you can. That, in my opinion, is a non-negotiable right now. Count 2-1 here on Farrell. It is Driedger and Bortnick after him. Besco sets and delivers. Farrell gets well underneath it and pops it out of play. But going back to the top of the inning, Spencer Mueller coming in for Keegan Gilbride, settled the ship quite nicely.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want to see, and finally able to put up a 0 on the board for your defense.
And a chance for the offense to keep it going. The 2-2. Farrell tips this one foul over towards Lansing's dugout. Again, the Stars on a 6-game win streak. Tri-C on a 3-game losing streak. And staying in the theme of March Madness, hand me a blind resume, you'd think that the score was reversed. The 2-2 again. Farrell, a good rip over towards the left side. Blocked by the shortstop, but it will die right there. And it's a leadoff single for Diddy Farrell. A nice job, though, by Davis, knocking it down. Nearly a true seeing eye single, but still, it gets the job done. And that'll set up Nash Streeter for another opportunity. So far, a ground out and a grand slam.
I think that's 3 straight innings where the leadoff man has gotten on for Tri-C.
You would be correct. The only half inning that the leadoff man did not get on was Elisa in the top of the second. Otherwise, 5 for 6 in that category today combined. That has really told the story of this combined 15-run affair. First pitch will miss to Dreger. And, of course, when you look at our player of the game, presented by the healthiest U Chiropractic Center, when this one is all said and done, Dreger is a strong early candidate. And it's obviously easy to see that given the grand slam. Throw back to 1, not in time. Farrell easily back in. And he's done a nice job so far today. We really haven't had a chance to talk about it, but settling back in as a catcher after not catching last year. He did have some jitters against Kellogg, but today, pretty solid for him. The 1-0 low, but blocked by Kappa. And that time he does fake the back pick, but an argument could be made that he did have a pretty good read on Farrell. In the end, holds off. But count 2-0 on Dreger with Bortnick waiting in the on-deck circle as he has reached safely both times today. Dreger takes strike 1 on the outer edge. A good get-right pitch there for Besco. And I think if you do see Dreger get on, or if he does anything crazier than that, you are going to see some rapid action in that bullpen.
Most likely.
Farrell breaks on the 2-1. Dreger, he will sky this one off towards the right side, and it will get down. Now it's a foot race over towards second, and Farrell is in there. That is excellent base running right there from Diddy Farrell, and it will go down as a single for Nash Dreger.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it works, it works. You know, Diddy already on his way to second, has to stop and goes halfway back and then makes it all the way 2 seconds safely.
He just knows the game so well. His baseball IQ is off the charts, and that makes him such a fun player to watch, whether him in the outfield be or behind the dish, or even as a DH as he was last year. He is just such a fun player to watch. Of course, North Royalton, a lot of great players during his tenure. And now a stop here. It is going to be Bortnick getting some instruction from Coach Kaplik.
But typically when the umpire brings out his book, he's writing a change down.
And there really is no change right now.
Not that we could see, at least.
Did he not account for Mueller or something? Interesting.
I'm not sure.
That might be one between games. We need to see some kind of clarification. But either way, here comes Braden Bortnick as he will bunt and he will pull it back. So I think based on that initial move, you can kind of see why Coach Kaplik wanted to call time.
Correct.
And of course, I think it's great that he's been really vocal for this team and have been a great presence for this group, just leading them into this next era. And that time, Besco runs it just a bit inside. Of course, with Coach Dahlberg going to the Miami Marlins system, a tough loss for this team, but to bring in somebody familiar with the program, that was a huge get for this team, and somebody who in the area has had head coaching experience. It's going to be a double steal here, and it works perfectly. It's off the catcher's glove. Farrell, he will just keep going in from second, and he is in! A gutsy call for Diddy Farrell. He goes from second to home and scores. Make it 12-4 Tri-C. Wow. Again, he knows the game so well.
That's insane.
That was just sheer grit and determination by the end. And a lot of that has to come down to Coach Kaplik. A very risky call, but you know what? You're up by 7. You just made it 8 because you bet on your own guys. And maybe against Kellogg, that's a play that, hey, it doesn't happen like that. Here's the 3-0. It's up high for ball 4, and that'll put runners at the corners for Vinny Gallagher, who's 2 for 2 today. And no action necessarily in the bullpen. At what point do you just say, hey, it's Tri-C's? You never want to say that in any game. I think they're going to start to get somebody warming up, but how many pitches is too many for this game, especially as this is game 3 and then next up game 4 of the weekend?
Yeah. Well, we're already on 4.
Third pitcher of the day. Bortnick, he will break. First pitch is the ball, and it's an easy stolen bag for the freshman from Mentor. So 2 ducks on the pound in scoring position for Gallagher, who has driven in 3 runs so far. He is only behind Nash Dreger's 4. But a chance for him to tie or even one up it here. Swing and a miss, a hefty cut from Gallagher. Now 1-1 the count. Looking ahead to the top of the 4th inning for Lansing, it is going to be Norton, Wiggins, and Vaughn, 9-1-2. And, of course, after scoring nothing in the top of the inning, they need to find something. Gallagher, he will get this bunt down. They will take the out at 1 and get it for out number 1. But a nice sack bunt for Vinny Gallagher. Make it 13-4 Tri-C. Worked out perfectly.
Yeah, really laying it on here, and, you know, you're still able to get, you go 10 runs, 1 run, and then 3 runs at least here in only the bottom of the 3rd.
And with that RBI for Gallagher, both he and Dreger match the entire output of Lansing. So here comes Brock Miller, runner at 3rd, 1 down. And the first pitch is right down Broadway. Again, this is the 3rd go-around for Tri-C's offense, a group that has 9 hits so far. It's impressive. And a good drive left side for Miller, deep in the hole, over towards short. The one-hop throw is there in time for out number 2. But still, it will score run number 14 for Tri-C. They take a 10-run lead for the first time today. And just like that, the pressure is on Lansing. If they don't score in the next 2 innings, this one's done. Who would have thought, given how last year went, that this is how this one would go, at least so far. First pitch from Basco is going to miss for ball 1. Again, action in the Lansing bullpen. It is Ryan Rumble again getting warm. This will be his 5th appearance from the bullpen. Ross taking 2 consecutive balls to begin his at-bats. And the on-deck circle, it is the top of the order and Cohen Merritt. That time they say Ross went 2-1 count. But either way, after a 10 spot in the first, we did have a concern. Would that be the extent of Tri-C's offense? They only plated 1 in the second. They're back to their good ways here, plating so far 3 in the 3rd. And I think, Cam, you agree that is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's not 10, but I don't think we were expecting to see that same offensive output that we saw in the first inning. But it's definitely a good thing to see your offense still continue to roll.
The 2-2 foul away by Jameer Ross. And make sure you stick with us after game 1 is done. Still 1 more game left to go today, scheduled for around 3 p.m. And that'll close out this 2-game series and a 4-game weekend for Lansing in Ohio. Tipped foul by Ross, and we will see it again. But all credit to them going to Solon and getting 2 really gutsy wins against Austin C-Max's Bryan and Stratton group, the team that Tri-C will close out their regular season against just into May. 2-2 is off the plate, and we are full. And, of course, around that time, a week and a half before, you have Jake Solomon's Lorain County group, Hawking College a little bit before that. You have a lot of tough games coming up in the conference. Here's the payoff pitch. It is off the plate for ball 4, and the inning will continue. And Cohen Merritt will step into the batter's box for the 4th time in game number 1. I'm still astonished.
Yeah.
I think last week he just kind of saw the struggles of this Tri-C offense, and all of a sudden, Top's ball is back. And to get a win like this is how, you get back to 500, and if you win the next one, you get above it. And that's how you start to make your beeline right back towards the national poll. Merritt, a good drive down the right field line, and this one is going to be dropped. The inning will continue, and that'll put runners at the corners. Error number 3 today in the field, 4 overall for Lansing. Wow. And, of course, the one that is not on the board is that throwing error from the catcher on the throw down to second base. But a really tough day at the office defensively for this Lansing group. And that has been their Achilles heel. So here comes Joey Lehner, 2 walks and an E6. So in not necessarily a true way, but in a roundabout way, 3 free passes for Lehner today. And with runners at the corners, a chance to just keep this going. Merritt, he will break. 0-1 count, but Cohen is easily in there with a stolen base. Again, next inning for Lansing, it is Norton, Wiggins, and Vaughn, 9-1 and 2. And I assume next inning we will see Rumble, the freshman, on the mound. The 0-1 fouled away quickly. 0-2 on Joey Lehner. But a 3 spot so far this inning for Tri-C, up 14-4. Combined 18 runs through nearly 3 innings of work. And runs 15 and 16 for the top, still in scoring position. The 0-2 is off the plate for ball 1. And you go back to last inning, they did strand the bases loaded. They have stranded a fair amount of runners today. But they have done a nice job scoring 14 with 9 hits. The 1-2 to Lehner in the dirt, and we are even. And an interesting one, they just kind of let that one go into no man's land. Obviously, if somebody broke, they would have been able to get there, but attentiveness and body language is everything for Lansing. You gotta still have your head in the game. The 2-2 up and in, and we are full. In the on-deck circle, it is Nate Hill. He did have the bases loaded last inning for him. Couldn't convert, but still a good line drive. He wants another crack at it. And he will get just that. The bases will be loaded. There is ball 4 for Joey Lehner. His 3rd consecutive walk today. And again, the other time he reached on an error. Heading into play today, Tri-C a .437 on-base percentage. I think that one's going to shoot up just a little bit.
You definitely could say that.
Lansing .447, so still a strong one for them. Even better than Tri-C entering the game and in a larger sample size. But the lefty Hill back in the box. Bases loaded, 2 down. First pitch runs inside, nearly hits him. 0-1 the counts. But that's one that he knows that he needs to find a way around it. But the redshirt sophomore from Medina High School trying to get a big impact swing. And it won't need to be a swing. It's a big impact loose ball. And that'll make it 15-4 as Ross comes around. A run still scores. That's what matters for Tri-C. One of their best offensive performances in recent memory. And I think, Cam, this is where this group becomes very much reminiscent of a year ago.
Absolutely.
Count 1-1 on Hill. And he will take off the plate for ball 2. Do you think this is the last batter that Besco will see?
I think so.
I think you have to make that change if he does allow any more damage. Even if not. Here's the 2-1 to Hill, and he will take up high for ball 3. And in the on-deck circle, it is Diddy Farrell who led off the inning. Either way, every single inning will have had at least 9 batters for Tri-C. And we are full. That one just getting over the fence. Time locally 1:37. So nearly at the hour 45 mark through 3. It's been a very good day for baseball, though, weather-wise. And same for this Tri-C offense. A very good day for them. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Strikeout number 2 today for Besco, and the inning is over. But not before Tri-C plates 4 more runs to add on to their massive lead through 3. 15-4, all tops on SmeeSports.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Well, what an offensive explosion so far today for the Tri-C Triceratops, of 15-4 on Lansing Community College, as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. Once again, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me today, Cam Ragazzo. And again, the story of today, Tri-C in offense averaging less than 6 runs per game this season. They have found their rhythm again, and all of a sudden have 15 runs through 3 innings, averaging 5 a frame.
Yeah. It's phenomenal from the Tri-C offense. Exactly what the doctor ordered, and they're trying to keep it going here in inning number 4.
And if you thought what KSU Tusk did this past weekend was impressive, 50 runs in 3 games, their average is a run and a half less than what Tri-C is doing right now. Just to put that one into perspective of how impressive this is for Tri-C's offense. But the defense back to work, trying to continue settling things down against Norton, Wiggins, and Vaughn, 9-1-2. Mueller's first pitch off the plate for ball 1. And of course, I think a lot of people, this is going to be their only taste of Lansing baseball this year. This is not a bad team. This is just a tough outing so far, and there's still a whole nother game after this. If you learn anything from Friday's game between KSU Tusk and OVCC, just understand, baseball is a game of, well, the game itself, not the series. One game in a series can completely change the outcome. I think, Cam, looking at that 28-6 result on Friday, it was a given what was going to happen Saturday, but obviously not.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just not the way it goes.
Mueller, though, that breaking ball, one of the best pitches in his arsenal, if not on this entire pitching staff. One of the best breaking balls that I think we have seen over the past year and a half. Here comes his 2-2. Misses up and out, and we are full. Of course, Keegan Gilbride in line to get the win today, which is big for him. Now, we still could see him later on in the series. Payoff pitch, breaking in and missing for ball 4. And the leadoff man is aboard. This is the 7th half inning today, correct?
Yes.
This is the 6th half inning with the leadoff man reaching combined.
So you could say they're 6 of 7.
You can say that. I am not going to say that. But back to the top we go here with Bryce Wiggins. 2 singles for him today. His 264 average entering play today is going to get a nice little bump. And obviously this team just so talented top to bottom. They have done such a great job getting this group ready for really a big season, as this is going to be year number 3 since you won your last NJCAA World Series. You want to get back to the big time and win it, which of course I think you and I both agree, Cam. This team has the firepower to do it and to take down a team like Kellogg.
Absolutely. Which
of course in Kellogg's case, you have the Kaharchek brothers. Both Jake and Zach, excellent players, both going Division II or Division I. I believe it's Jake going to Penn State, Zach going to Davenport. Michigan baseball, especially at the JUCO level, it's a fun time and a lot of great players. Mueller's 0-2, swing and a miss, 1 down. First strikeout of the day for Spencer Mueller. He is such a big addition to this bullpen for Tri-C. He and Cale Poland out of the pen are big. Torok, obviously, from the starter's mindset. One of the biggest weaknesses, especially given the losses of Mitch Harder and Banks Cox, was the pitching staff. You replaced those guys quite well with Poland and Mueller from the pen. Especially Mueller today. On a 1-0 count here on Parker Vaughn so far today. A single and a fly out to right. Ground ball, this one going towards third. This one's trouble. Bortnick gets the out at 2. Back to 1. He gets them. It's a double play, and the side is retired. A beautiful 5-4-3 double play, and the inning is over. Back-to-back innings end with a double play. And we're going to watch that one back, Cam. I think you and I both saw something from Mr. Vinny Gallagher over at first.
Yeah.
I think that's a makeup. I really do. Cam, I think you and I both see it.
Yeah, I mean, that was... Whew.
But Spencer Mueller gets them in order for the first time today in a pseudo way. We have the batters go in order, and if you are Lansing, all of a sudden you are down to your final 3 outs. But Tri-City's offense, they want to pack some punch one more time. To the bottom of the 4th we go. All tops up 11.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Ron Mottl Field as the call to the bullpen has been made by Lansing. They're going to bring on Ryan Rumble, the freshman from Sterling Heights Stevenson High School. This will be his 5th appearance of the year, a 1-1 record, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 7 earned runs. All of his runs are earned. 3 walks, 8 Ks, and a 13.50 ERA. And he has Farrell, Dreger, and Bornick. And Farrell, a deep drive, and that one is clobbered and gone! It's a leadoff solo shot for Diddy Farrell. Make it 16-4 Tri-C.
That was long gone. That was a no-doubter right off the bat. Everyone kind of just turned and looked. What a way to start the inning.
I mean, Mr. Farrell, that baseball had a family.
Not anymore.
My goodness, Diddy Farrell.
Bringing the boom.
Again, Cam, Topps ball is back. This is what we saw from them all last season.
3 home runs today as well. And they came in today with 2.
And Dreger, he will poke this one off towards the right side. Not enough carry as the play is made just in front of the warning track for out number 1. But to go back to it, for the 7th half inning of 8 today, the leadoff man will obviously, he's not going to stay on the bases, but for all intents and purposes, reaches. A combined 20 runs. Absolutely absurd, and of course, we still have one more game after this. And here comes Braden Bortnick. A tough act to follow with Farrell, but of course, does have the cushion from Dreger. But still, going back to last weekend, that offense, it really did struggle to get going. What changed?
They just having fun.
And I think the dugout's a big part of it. We noted it in the top of the first inning. They were really helping out Gilbride when he got those 2 big outs. Keep in mind, Lansing had a 3-0 lead in this game. Since then, a 16-1 run for Tri-C. A heavy swing and a miss there from Bortnick on the 0-2. 2 down. First punch out of the day for Rumble. But I think you said it perfectly. This team is having fun again. And that's the big difference. You got to have fun playing baseball, no matter the level. If you take the fun out of the game, you lose that competitive balance. And some of the best teams, they just play so freely, especially in the summer. That's what makes those great summer teams elite. And a beautiful single up the middle for Vinny Gallagher. And he continues his excellent day. 3 base knocks and a sacrifice bunt.
Another thing I'm seeing is a lot of first pitch swings, a lot of first pitch hacks. That first pitch there from Vinny, the first pitch Diddy saw, sent it over the left field wall.
And I will say, in talking to Coach Kaplik before the game, he said he went back and analyzed the swing specifically from our broadcast. And I think, obviously, a lot of what we said was, hey, let's jump out a little bit earlier on in these at-bats. And he's seeing the pitches and saying, hey, we could be more aggressive. They're a lot more aggressive today. And what do you know? A 16 spot so far. And I think a loose baseball just kind of flew into left field. And now it finds its way to Coach Kaplik. And he says, yeah, I'll hold on to that one. Little Bryce Fisher-esque souvenir. 1-0 the count here on Miller. And he will take again for ball 2. Patience is still a part of the game for Tri-C. This isn't, hey, we're going to take the mother load of hacks here today. If it's close, we're going to take our chances. And that has given them such a big advantage over Lansing. And quickly, a 3-0 count as Rumble is going to lose his hats. In the on-deck circle, it is going to be Jameer Ross. So for game number 2, what kind of changes do you think we're going to see Tri-C make? Or is it just going to be rinse, repeat?
I think we're definitely probably going to see a couple different guys, but I think a lot of the lineup probably is going to stay the same.
Here's the 3-0, and that one will miss up high for ball 4. And that'll be the 3rd time that Miller has walked today. So he is the 2nd player on Tri-C's roster to have walked 3 times. The first one was Joey Lehner, and they're back-to-back-to-back. And speaking of Lehner, he is currently in the hole. So can we see a 4th in a row for Joey Lehner? That would be wild if that happens. I don't think we've seen anything remotely close to that. But either way, with 2 down, here comes Jameer Ross. And he will take off the plate for ball 1. If the bases, though, load for Cohen Merritt, he wants redemption. He did reach last time on an error in right. That time, Rumble able to find the zone, now 1-1 the count. Even if Ross is the last batter today in this game for Tri-C, they will have batted around 4 times. Basically, in other words, everybody is averaging an at-bat per inning. And I think a lot of this, we were going to talk about the wind today. I don't think the wind has made too much of a difference. A couple of microcosms, yes, but for the most part, this is Tri-C getting aggressive and just playing their free style of baseball.
Well, he looks like another, this time actually a left-hander in the bullpen for Lansing.
And that could be for game number 2, which, again, you get to the point, how many resources, especially on the mound, become too many. I think you talk to your pitcher if he walks Ross here, and then at that point you just say, hey, we'll face Merritt, we'll see what happens, and then if it's something crazy, then you make that call. But the bases will be loaded here for Cohen Merritt. And counting the walks today, there have been so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was the 10th walk today surrendered by Lansing. You can't have that.
10 walks and technically 3 4 errors.
10 walks, 11 outs recorded. It really puts it in perspective. First pitch to Merritt outside for ball 1.
And a hit by pitch on Diddy. I don't know if you counted that one.
It's a tough one. It really is of where you want to put that one. But still, especially in the walk category, it's crazy. But if you add in the hit by a pitch and free passes, they have the same amount of free passes as they do outs recorded. Which obviously, again, doesn't take Einstein to tell you that can't happen. Really doesn't even take us saying it. But a 2-0 count here on Cohen Merritt. Rumble trying to steady the ship here in the bottom of the fourth. But quickly a 3-0 count on Co. And in the on-deck circle, it is Mr. Walk himself, Joey Lehner. And again, the hat is flying away. Wind tunnel, you might say. I feel like that is a very fitting term to describe what we are seeing today at Ron Mottl Field. I mean, the wind guard over on the fence, it is going crazy. The 3-0, swing and a miss. And I guess today the green light is on for the 3-0. And you can see the flag top right of your screen. Oh, Glory out there is waving heavily. And you can even see it on the ripple of the uniforms. Here's the 3-1. It's low for ball 4. Make it 17-4 Tri-C. Walk number 11. Free pass number 12. So assuming Tri-C does not bat again in this game and no more free passes are recorded, they will end with the same amount of outs as they do free passes. Wow. And now a mound visit here as Kappa calls time. Is that the first time that we have seen the catcher call time?
Correct. Besides when Tri-C did it.
I think there are a lot of things that if you're Lansing, you have to look at in between games here to figure out. Because this is going to, unless you see a massive rally and your massive winning streak of 6 games. You doubled your win tally on this streak. You just have to find a way to fix the little things heading into game number 2. Take 1 away from this series. Either way, at worst, you're 500 leaving Ohio. And the first pitch is wide to Lehner. Which I think, even if they do end up 2-2, they're going to be pleased with that result coming in, especially considering the fact that, hey, on social media, they posted the fact that they were driving through snow to get here. So I think for them, that would be a partial success. But obviously, 3-1 or 4-0 would be ideal. But quickly, a 2-0 count on Lehner. And in the on-deck circle, it is Nate Hill. Potentially another chance with the bases loaded. But if you're trying to see if you have to nitpick here, Cam, I think you know where I'm going with this. Runner stranded. The 2-0 is low for ball 3.
Yeah, like you said, you're leaving a lot of runners on, although you have 17 runs. If this is a closer game and obviously a little bit more competitive, you need those runs to come across, and you got to be able to find ways to get them home.
That time they hit the outer edge for strike 1. And for Joey Lehner, if you have to find a way on base outside of a walk, you are a fish out of water right now. Which is crazy to say for a solid hitter who's batting .353 on the year. And there it is. For the 4th consecutive at-bat, Joey Lehner has walked. And that is as well the 4th consecutive walk here surrendered by Lansing. And I think they're going to call time and make their move to the bullpen. Either way, if Tri-C doesn't bat again, they will have given up as many walks as they would have outs. And with that walk in mind, if you had the hit by a pitch, they have surrendered more free passes than they will record outs in this game.
That's insane.
And here comes the Jeopardy music. You gotta love the playlist. And we just found out that was a playlist last week, which I think is hilarious. But time now for the call to the bullpen once again for Lansing. And as they do make their move, we will step aside on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.cohut@twfg.com. Cohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Welcome back to Ron Mottl Field. Bases loaded, bottom of the fourth inning for Nate Hill. But first, a call to the bullpen has been made by Lansing as Jack Duran will step in. Pitcher number 5 today for Lansing, Cam. And already time has been called. And I think this could be, hey, what pitches do you throw?
Yeah.
Still early on in the season. This is only Duran's third appearance of the year. 2 innings pitched, 5 runs allowed, 3 of which were earned, 4 walks, and again, a 13.50 ERA. I think pretty much every single pitcher for Lansing today has had that exact ERA in one way or another. And of course, again, that wind looking out in left center, it is nasty. And there you see down your screen, top right corner with the flag. And now you can hear it up here. And we'll see if that does impact how this at-bat goes for Hill and for Duran for that matter. And Hill, he gets well underneath that one, going deep to left field. Will it carry? The answer is it will fall in play. That'll bring in at least 2. Going into third base here is Lehner, and he is in there. And that one, hold on. Lehner got around. That's going to be a 3 RBI triple for Hill. Such a weird play all the way around. Make it 21-4.
I mean, that's insane. I think that time we could say the wind definitely played a factor in that one.
And it nearly got out of here for a grand slam. That would have been our second of the day, but 21-4. First pitch breaks up and in for ball 1 to Farrell, who went yard his last time up. This is just such an obscure game. An obscure couple of innings for Tri-C as well. And Farrell, a good drive into left center field, out of line, and that one is gone as well! It's Diddy Farrell's second long ball of the day. Make it 23-4 Tri-C. It's a Freebird kind of afternoon in Parma Heights. 4th home run of the game? Wow. Absolutely absurd from the Tri-C offense. We talked about retribution for the 23-4 game last season. Retribution is here. On the dot, too. 10-1-4-8. The box score for Tri-C's offense so far today. And Dreger, he'll take a first pitch strike there, but 23-4. It's a 19-run game. For this one to continue, we would need to see Lansing put up 10 runs in the top of the 5th.
And they've been doing a lot of this with 2 outs as well. Seemed all of a sudden the inning was going to end. You know, they're up by a couple over the run rule, and they've definitely given themselves some cushion.
Cushion is one way to put it. Count out 2-1. Once again, stick with us for game number 2 of our doubleheader. And again, that dugout being so lively. A great sight to see here in Parma Heights. Dreger, a hard ground ball hit over towards short. The throw to 1 is on the money, and the side is retired, but not before Tri-C's offense says, hey, here's one for the road at least. Here's one for the intermission. An 8 spot in the bottom of the 4th inning. Last 3 outs for Lansing in game number 1, 23-4. Tri-C in control and then some on SmeeSports.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, CrossFit Strongsville, and Kohut Insurance for sponsoring today's broadcast, along with the Tri-C Athletic Department for making this happen today, as always. To the top of the 5th inning we go here, Cam. 23-4. A carbon copy, but flipped, of last year's playoff game.
Yeah, definitely Tri-C likes to be on this side.
I mean, we are over 2 hours into this game through 4 innings. And as we were talking during the break, right now, if you had to rank the weekend of runs scored, Tri-C is in last, and this game with combined runs is in last. We had a 28-6 on Friday. This is 23-4. How this is in second place or second to anything is beyond me. But here we are nonetheless. And now time is called. But final 3 outs here for Lansing in game number 1. And again, we do have game number 2 coming up after this. For Lansing, it is going to be Kappa, Caluzzi, and Youngblood. First pitch from Mueller there for strike 1. But since he has come into the game replacing Gilbride after the second inning, Lansing's offense has been able to do nothing. And now time called as Mr. Merritt decided to lose his hats. It's just like Friday over at Crusher Stadium. Same exact thing happened there. Except we did have the center field fence open up a couple of times. The 0-1, a good drive down the left field line into the corner, and this is going to be extra bases for Caden Kappa. Cruising on into second base, and he will hold up with a leadoff double. Exactly what the doctor ordered for this Lansing offense. He is now 2 for 2 on the day with a walk as well. Hit number 7 for the Stars. And again, their offense, they are doing a solid job. If you have 4 runs through 4 innings, it's not a bad thing, especially against this Tri-C offense, based on their average entering play today of around 6 runs per game.
Looks like we got a pinch hitter as well.
That'll be number 24 coming on here. That is Dewey Modaf, the redshirt freshman from Muskegon Catholic High School. Batting 182 on the year, 3 RBIs and 1 stolen base. But the Stars trying to find some creativity in the top of the 5th. Once again, they need to get to 14 to keep this game going. And then from there, Tri-C could walk it off in the bottom of the inning if we do get there. And he will break the bat, potentially. Either way, it's through into right field. He did. The knob is gone. Rest in peace, that bat, but he gets one more single with it. Wow. Man, I love baseball. Man, there is never a dull moment covering this sport. That is funny.
He's got to find a new bat for game 2.
And as well, it is worth noting that A.J. Strobenter is now behind the plate for Tri-C. the defending, or rather, not really defending anymore, but reigning state champion from Lake Catholic High School. But runners at the corners, nobody out here for Youngblood. Mueller trying to steady the ship here in the top of the 5th. But I think if we've learned anything from the opening 2 at-bats, A, wear some glasses. You might find some chippings that you don't want coming towards your face. And B, the offense of Lansing is far from over. And you can't say it's dead either. This Lansing team, they are going to come out with a vengeance in game number 2. Maybe even right now. Beautiful breaking ball from Mueller. Gets it in there. Now 1-1 the count. That pitch, it has so much movement from right to left. One of the best breaking balls that we have seen, really, in our time covering baseball on this channel. The 1-1 jammed up towards the right side. Going into right field. There is out number 1 from Hill. The throw on home is close. Did they get him? No, they didn't. A beautiful relay throw from Vinny Gallagher, but it'll be a sacrifice fly for JT Youngblood. Make it 23-5. I would say a very productive out, but still now you only have 2 to play with. Nearly a double play, too, as we'll watch it back on the replay. At one point, I was kind of surprised that Gallagher didn't cut it off, but that was clearly the right move.
Yeah.
Close at home, but they made the right call. And still a runner at first here for Davis. First pitch moves in perfectly for strike 1. So far, a 3 RBI double and a fly out to center field for Jace Davis, the shortstop. But 23-5 your score here in the top of the 5th. Again, Lansing will need to get up to 14 to keep this game going. Check swing, did he go? No official signal from either umpire. And I think it's going to be a 1-1 count, and that is what we are going with up here. So an even count here on the shortstop. Mueller that time missing up high for ball 2. There is some stretching in the bullpen here for Tri-C. Could be mistaken, but I do believe that is Lincoln Briggs. And that is number 41. Count out 2-2 on Davis. And in the on-deck circle, it is Jaden Ford, the right fielder. But Briggs, of course, that great outing last Friday. Deuces all the way around here for Jace Davis. 1 down, top of 5. Mueller looking for out number 2. And he will not get it. It's a beautiful drive on the ground in a left center field. It's a 1-out base knock for Jace Davis. He is now 2 for 3 on the day. And Cohen Merritt, for the second time this inning, has lost his hat. So 2 on here for Youngblood, or rather for Ford, excuse me. A strikeout and a walk for him. What would it take, mindset-wise, for this Lansing team to keep this game going?
It's got to take a lot.
But I will give them so much credit for the way that they have fought in this inning. Again, in the hit column, only a 13-9 deficit. It's the free passes, Cam. They had 12 walks, and if you add in a hit by a pitch, 13 free passes, along with 3 errors, and then a throwing error down to second base. In actuality, they just shot themselves in the foot. This Lansing team, still a very good team, and I think if you eliminate the errors in game number 2, you are going to see one heck of a ball game. And I do like the defensive changes that we have seen so far for Tri-C. The question is, do they continue to make them? Could we see some other changes here with the mound visit?
I don't think so.
Once again, stick with us for game number 2. But even before that, we will have our player of the game announcement presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. And that will come once this one is done. So Jaden Ford ready to go here. Still 2 on for Lansing, 1 down in the top of the 5th. And how many times can we say it? A beautiful day for baseball minus the wind. Mueller that time missing off the plate for ball 1. But I feel like back when we played at Holy Name, this would be a week of snow, sleet, Anything to keep us in the oxygen.
Yeah.
The 1-0, beautiful break. It's in there from Mueller. I don't know exactly how Tri-C calls the pitching at this point, but at this point, would you just say, hey, let's see all breaking ball? You might. Ground ball hit over towards third. They will get the lead runner to end the game. Across the diamond. It's on the money. And that is going to do it for game number 1. Braden Bortnick on a missile picks up Vinny Gallagher. 23-5 your final. And we will watch that one back. What a beautiful play by Braden Bortnick. Tremendous baseball IQ there. Did the right thing. Knew where to hit Gallagher. And just like that, we are in the intermission. Cam, your thoughts on the defense right there?
Yeah, I mean, I was just like you said, really heads-up baseball play right there, knowing that the ball comes to him, he's going to go step on his base and make a strong throw over to Vinny, and like you said, end game 1.
We will step aside here one final time and hear a word from our sponsors. When we return, we will announce our player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
It's a free bird kind of afternoon here in Parma Heights, Ohio. 23-5 your final in game number 1. As we welcome you back upstairs to the press box, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me today, Cam Ragazzo. Well, the bats are here and then some for Tri-C's offense.
Yeah, I mean, a dominating fashion, coming out and scoring 10 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Definitely a way to get your day started off, following up with 1 in the second, 4 in the third, 8 in the fourth to really cap it off and really hammer home that this was your game 1.
It's a tough task to give player of the game when so many guys did everything so well. But one guy got the scoring going with a hard 90 and had the most RBIs today and the most home runs. 5 RBIs, 2 homers, 4 for 4. Your player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, none other than Diddy Farrell.
Yeah, I mean, he, like you said, did a phenomenal job at the plate. Came up in, what was that, the 4th inning? There were so many runs scored. Had his first homer, and then actually that was the 3rd inning. And then in the 4th inning, came up again another time and decided I'm going to hit a 2-run homer as well. I mean, really providing a ton of offense for his team today, providing a big spark on the bat, and doing a great job behind the dish, too. We talked about it kind of, you know, you take a year off from catching or pretty much a full year, and then all of a sudden you got to go back behind the dish and be pretty much the primary catcher of this team. But he has done a heck of a job today. You know, saw a couple of struggles last week here at Kellogg, but definitely better behind the dish today.
Well, Cam, one game was fun. How much more fun is in one more game?
It's going to be a blast.
One more game left to go today. Game number 2 coming up at around 3 p.m. As we toss it back down to the field, one parting note that we want to leave you with: the hit discrepancy. Tri-C only out-hit Lansing 13-9. If the errors and the walks are brought down from Lansing, It's anybody's game in game number 2. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and TikTok, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn, and SmeeFist 2024 on Twitter. As well, go down below and subscribe. While there is no added cost, it greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports as we cover the best of the Cleveland and Stark County areas. And finally, we will leave you with our advertising information. Contact us if you want to be a part of our broadcast, whether it be here with Tri-C or in the local area with Holy Name, Padua, Strongsville, Medina, Brunswick, you name it, or in Stark County with Alliance, Marlington, and Minerva. But that'll do it for game number 1. Time to click on over to game link number 2 to keep the fun going here at Ron Mottl Field. 25-3 our final in game number 1. For Cam Ragazzo, I am Nathan Smee signing off from Ron Mottl Field, and we will see you again in a few moments for game number 2.